Hi, I'm Tracey and I'm a member at Spen Valley Church. I grew up being taken to church every week. I knew all the Bible stories and all the answers to the Sunday school teacher's questions, and I thought I was a Christian. But in the same way as watching every episode of ER or Grey's Anatomy doesn't make me a cardiothoracic or neurosurgeon, neither does knowing a lot about God and the Bible make me a Christian. Being a Christian isn't just about knowing stuff in your head. It's about knowing Jesus in your heart. When we start a relationship with anyone, we want them to think the best of us. We only let our guard down when we feel we've reached a level of trust with them and can open up about things in our lives that we might not be terribly proud of. And then we hope that we don't put them off. I'm a perfectionist, so that's a real issue for me. I want to come across well to people. I want them to always think the best of me. And I'm compelled to always do things 100% as a bare minimum. I fell into living what some people might call a religious life, and particularly as I hit my teenage years. I went to church, I joined in with the singing enthusiastically, I got involved in teaching Sunday school, and I was on the readers' rota, and I did a really good job of making everyone around me at church believe I was a Christian. Different story in the rest of my life. Didn't give Jesus a second thought. Big 80s hair, new romantics music and power ballads, and electric blue mascara was where it was at for me. My Bible wasn't picked up and opened between one Sunday and the next. It was meaningless to me. One night, I went with some friends to a Christian meeting in Bradford, and the guy who was speaking was talking about Peter walking on the water to meet Jesus. As long as Peter kept his eyes on Jesus, he was fine. But as soon as he looked away, he started to sink because he couldn't do it on his own. I realised then that I was trying to live a Christian life, but without any help from Jesus. I realised that my standards of perfection fell a long way short of God's, because however much of a good person I or anyone else thought I was, I had failed spectacularly against God's standards. And by the way I was living, I was actually rejecting Jesus. But God has made a way for me to achieve perfection in his eyes, which are the only ones that count. Not by anything that I can do, but by sending his son, Jesus, to do it for me on the cross. I realised that all I had to bring to Jesus was a pile of self-righteousness and a veneer of goodness that counted for nothing. I am a sinner. I fail to meet God's standards all the time, and I deserve to be punished. I prayed and I asked God to forgive me for the way that I had rejected him and to change my life, and he has. I now have a friendship with God. I know that whatever happens, good or bad in my life, he is there and will bring me through it. And I know that when I die, I get to spend eternity in heaven with him because of Jesus. I wonder, do you have that confidence about where you'll spend eternity?